This is the story of me wanting to reach the Nordkapp and me 1 month later not even sure why I wanted to reach the Nordkapp in the first place. It all started 2.5 years ago. Well, technically it started 36 years ago, but for the purpose of this story, we don't need to go back that far. We just stay September 22, when my dear friend Andrew sort of stated the obvious. Isn't the logical next step for you and your dog to get a van and get on the road? So I won't bore you with any details because everything is on my channel. So if you're here for the first time, I feel so grateful. Check out all the videos if you want. They're here for the purpose of being watched. And for all of you who have been following me along with all my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. And because I'm a newbie with van life, I had a question that I didn't even need to ask, which was, where to go first? I knew Norway because, well, it's Norway. So the universe had mercy and sent me a wonderful angel in the form of my friend Jasmine with a guidebook to that country. And in there, the Nordkapp. And it was like a pull. I don't know if you know that feeling. If you get like that intuitive knowledge of, yes, this is where I need to go. So I went to the Nordkapp, and then I came back, and then I was like, why did I go to the Nordkapp? And I sort of felt ashamed for not knowing the answer to that question. So upon arriving back in Switzerland, I had a talk about how I felt ashamed with my lovely friend Sabrina. You know, that kind of friend, that matter of fact, you're glorious the way you are, why can't you see the light within you that I already see within you kind of friend? Everyone needs a friend like that. So if you have a friend like that, just reach out and send them hearts and hugs, because that's what I did. I now discovered that I don't need to be ashamed. I don't need to have the answer. There was a pull and I did it, and I wouldn't want to miss this experience for anything. And therefore, I'm also proud to present to you VanLog 6. North Norway Part 3, the Nordkapp and Magerøya. We are 100 kilometers away from the Nordkapp. We are at the Rastplassen, and I'm actually not sure how I feel about this. Approximately an hour away from the destination I've been on the road a month to reach, more than a month. How do you feel when you're so close to achieving your dream, your goal, your aim, your objective? Yes, technically the plan is to go south after. I mean, explore a little bit more of the north. There's still the whole east side of the north, like Kirkenes and stuff. There's a lot more to see, but it feels kind of daunting. I don't know, I hope for like a revelation or something. Maybe like a big sign in bold letters saying, "This is what you're supposed to be doing." That's dumb, I know. Good morning, guys. Today is the day, I think. The weather forecast said it was going to be drizzly and cloudy, and then I woke up and I saw this, and I knew I'm gonna make myself beautiful for the Nordkapp. So yesterday evening we found a waterfall, so I had a ice cold shower this morning, bath rather. And it was so refreshing, and I feel so squeaky clean, and I feel so ready. And also a little bit like unbelievable that I'm so close and nearly there. And after leaving Hanoi, I had a night in Hanoi, and I thought I'm gonna stay there for a couple of nights. But after a beautiful sunset and some surprising talks to some locals who went up there during the night, I actually ended up in a storm up there. So the whole night I was basically up, and I was praying that the car wouldn't be lifted, because it actually was brought up by the gusts. There was this little Arctic View restaurant, I think, and they had like a concrete wall. So I parked behind that concrete wall, and I knew it was some form of protection, but even then the car was lifted by the gusts coming from the side. So yesterday I didn't do anything except drive here from there, because I didn't feel safe up there anymore. My brain said, it's fine, it's gone, bye. But something in my soul was like, freeze, petrified, and wanting to flee. So we drove here to get some calm, some protection from the wind, I guess. And I didn't do anything yesterday, I just read. I basically was fleeing into the story of my book to cope with the trauma I experienced that night. So when I woke this morning, I was like, oh goodness, this is the day of days. So I had the shower, I feel fresh, I even put on some mascara, and I'm ready to drive there and arrive. A little bit, I don't know what will come of it. I mean, there will be other goals, but it's always this thing when you attain a goal, that void that comes from there, right? So what will be next? But I'm not gonna think about what will be next. I'm just gonna focus on today and enjoy this day fully and squeeze the joy out of it. And that's gonna be it. So see you at the Nordkapp, my loves. My loves, I need to interrupt one more time. I have tried to get this VanLog done for a month now. I have written down several ideas. I have grasped every little blade of inspiration, trying to get the storytelling going. And it all started with not knowing why I went to the Nordkapp and feeling ashamed of that. And then I was like getting this good advice that actually it's a metaphor for it's a journey, not the destination, from my friend Sabrina. And I was like, yeah, and I felt inspired and I started editing, and then in the middle of it I just lost it again. And now I wrote something. It's like the 7th draft of storytelling that I wanted to implement and build on, but it just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't fit into the video itself. And I don't know, I just want to be honest about the struggle that I have with creativity, and the reason why I haven't uploaded in over a month, is because so many things happened in my life. And first, the creativity was gone completely, and I just couldn't access that flow that I usually have when I start editing, because all the footage is there. Like, the whole of my travels is there, and it's sorted, and I know the trajectory I want to take in showing the reality of what I experienced, of the adventures, of the joy, of the crying, of the laughter, of the despair, of everything. For some reason, this Nordkapp video I can't do. and I want to open up about that, and I want to share it, because I know and I remember how I felt. I remember how I felt the day before when I arrived at that Rastaplatz that I just showed to you, after a night where I was fearful for my life because of the storm we witnessed. And then I remember how the morning of reaching the Nordkapp, I took this bath in this waterfall, and the sun came out, and I was like, yeah, this is it, it's gonna be so magical, it's gonna be so special. And the drive there is so beautiful, like the landscape and how everything gets moon-like. There is no vegetation left except like little bushes that are very low growing, and moss obviously, and grasses and stones everywhere, and cliffs, and you just drive up and it gets higher and higher, and every turn you take you think, this is it, this is the Nordkapp. And then finally at the end of the Nordkapp, where you can drive by car, because there is actually one, or you can hike, but then you're there, and it was magical, it was special. I remember the pure enthusiasm when I got out, and I bought a sandwich and I ate it by the cliffs, and Marjorie had a sausage, and we walked around, and I did yoga, and I know the intention of my practice there, and the sculptures. There was one sculpture, it was so beautiful.
Before I was born in June 1988, 7 children from different corners of the world were gathered at the North Cape. They stayed here for 1 week and created together the monument Barnai Jordan, Children of the Earth, a symbol of cooperation, friendship, hope, and joy. 15th June 1988, Jasmine, Tanzania, Rafael, Brazil, Ayumi, Japan, Siti Daj, Thailand, Gloria, Italia, Anton, Soviet Union, Louise, USA.
And I met 2 lovely people there, and they made the evening even more special because we went out for a walk and a photo shoot in the night. And then the next day was special too. I remember all of that, but I can't put it into words. And looking back on it, it was just a moment of my life. It was just a day in my life. It wasn't this pivotal epiphany of now knowing where I belong, where I need to go next, why I started van life in the first place. And I think that's why I struggle, because there wasn't this pivotal moment, and I expected it to be there. And opening up about it eases. I believe that sometimes when you create and when you love to create and love to film and love to share your life and the experiences you go through, you somewhat forget that it's you doing it. And I can't do a storytelling about it because it was like indescribable. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I hope you excuse that this VanLog somewhat seems scattered. In essence, that's what it is. That's where my head was while editing it. It is a scattered VanLog because I couldn't put to words what reaching that point in my life means. But also I think there are no words because I just experienced it. I'm not alone with this. I think there are others out there wanting to do something so bad, and then when they're there is no epiphany hitting and nothing really changes except you've done the thing now. And that is the call to action, to think about why did I want to do that in the first place and what did it do to me? Thought in progress. I just hope you enjoyed the footage, because it really is such a beautiful, magical, fairy-like place, and there's so much to see. The magic of so many people before me and after me who feel called to reach the northernmost point of Europe. I do hope you enjoy the footage. I do also hope you somewhat get the gist of what I'm trying to convey, and I do hope that this video serves you in some way that I can't even imagine. And with that said, all my love, all my energy to you. I hope wherever you are that life treats you good, and whatever life gives you, I hope that you have the strength and the courage to see that it happens for you and not to you. And if you like my content, I would love for you to subscribe and stay tuned to my journey. I would also love to get a heart if you enjoyed this video and the footage I did, because that is how YouTube works. So all the love in my heart from my little corner of the world all the way to you.